first time I mentioned it on my channel was 2014. Over 10 years ago. I can easily claim this as my top 5 favorite sunscreens of all time. I don't think I have ever claimed it as a holy grail, but I've mentioned it so many times. Minasan konnichiwa, this is Tina and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I wanted to talk about which of these skincare products are still my holy grails. If that sounds like your thing, then please go ahead and channel登録しちゃってください. So I did do a part 1 of this video a couple of months ago and you guys seem to love it. So here is the part 2. It really was a great way for me to revise and kind of revisit my most talked about skincare products. I did ask on Instagram, like, what are the products that you think of when you think of my holy grails? And honestly, some of you guys did help me remember some OGs, like products that I kind of low-key forgot about. And I was like, oh my God, I used to love this. Like, why did I stop using it? So we're going to be talking about those products today. Speaking of holy grails, it is actually the last few days that you can grab my skincare obsessions box with Wishtrend. We do have 2 boxes and the deal is ending at the end of August. So you really do only have a few days left. There are products from this video as well as my last holy grail video that are included in the box. So obviously a great way to try out a bundle of my holy grail products at a really good price. So of course I'll leave all of the details in the description for you guys if you are curious and want to check it out. The first product I have is definitely an OG. The first time I mentioned it on my channel was 2014. Over 10 years ago. I believe that is the year that I started my channel. So this is literally one of the first products I ever mentioned and possibly like first ever product that I claimed as a holy grail even. What? The Biore Perfect Oil Makeup Remover. So funny thing is, I actually hadn't used this for quite some time, but recently I picked it up for another video, my Donkey Dupes video, and I had tried it again and honestly, it's still pretty good. Basically, this was my first ever cleansing oil that I claimed as my holy grail, and it has now been replaced by the Muji one. So maybe it's a bit of a giveaway to whether this one is still a holy grail. But the Muji one just recently reformulated, like, hate it. But anyways, we're talking about this one today. This one does use mineral oil as the main oil ingredient along with other emollients to help dissolve makeup. It does contain fragrance and it does also contain ethanol, which does help to give it that really lightweight texture for a cleansing oil, which the texture absolutely beautiful. And this one works so well on wet hands and face as well. I did do like a full deep dive review on it in my other video. So if you are curious to know further about it, please check that one out. But I feel like for the price, it's still a nice cleansing oil, but something that is similar is the Kosei Speedy Cleansing Oil. That one is like half the price, maybe even less. And then it doesn't contain fragrance. So for those people who are sensitive to fragrance, I feel like that is just a better option compared to this one. I absolutely adore it and I can still use it like 100%, still something that I'd be happy to use all of the time. But when I consider those other factors, is it a holy grail? No, not anymore. You guys did mention this next one a ton as well, and you actually do get a mini size of this product in both of my boxes with Wishtrend at the moment, just an FYI. The I'm From Rice Toner. This one was first mentioned in 2020 and it definitely is my most used milky toner. It obviously uses rice extract as the main ingredient, which helps to nourish the skin as well as brighten over time, and then it does also include niacinamide, which good for so many different things. It also does not contain any alcohol or fragrance. There are lots of different milky toners out there these days. So I feel like I have definitely been exploring lots of different options. So I'm not using this one as much as I used to, but it is still one that I do come back to. It is still one that whenever I use it, I'm like, this is what a milky toner should be like. It is really nourishing. It gives you that plumping effect. It gives you that glow, but it isn't overly sticky and it doesn't leave a film on your skin that a lot of milky toners unfortunately do have. They do now also have the black rice toner version, which is supposed to be more lightweight and more suitable for oily and combination skin tones. Obviously, I've used a decent amount and I know Logan has been using it too. This one I could probably recommend to to literally anyone, because I know with this one, sometimes people found it a little too much, a little too rich, whereas this one, it definitely has those same effects, but is more lightweight. So if you do have oily or combo skin, you can go with one layer. But even if you do have dry skin like I do, I can apply multiple layers and build up that moisture that will basically be the same as the white one. So it's kind of like fail safe. Literally anyone can use it. In regards to the original rice toner still being a holy grail, honestly, it is a maybe, because it's not a absolute can't live without product, but it is still a product that I'll be happy to use literally like all day, every day. So yeah, I like to have it around, but you know, I could survive like a few months without using it. I actually do have quite a number of toners in this video. You guys really did remind me that I love toners, because so many of the suggestions were toners. This one was first mentioned in 2019, the Naturie Hatamugi Skin Conditioner. This one, honestly, I had a little giggle when I was planning the video, because I don't think I have ever claimed it as a holy grail. Like, I never said, oh, this is a holy grail toner really, but I've mentioned it so many times, and I have talked about it for so many years now, obviously for what, 6 years? And so many of you guys also mentioned it. So I was like, oh yeah, like why didn't I include this in the first video? This one uses glycerin, DPG, and BG as the main hydrating ingredients. And then of course it does have that hatomugi extract as well as the licorice root extract, which are going to be the ingredients that are going to help soothe the skin as well as help to very gently prevent breakouts. And although it used to not be alcohol free, it is now both alcohol and fragrance free too. Look, if it was the same formula but in like a regular like 200 ml bottle that costs like 15 to 20 bucks or something, honestly I'd be like, there's a lot better options out there. But I think the fact that you can get this huge bottle, 500 mls for in Japan like 700 yen, which is like less than $5. For that reason, you really can pack it on, layer it, put it on your body, and absolutely feel no guilt in using a ton of the product to really replenish hydration in your skin. Again, with one layer, I don't think the product really lives up to a hype, but when you layer it that third time, fourth time, fifth time, you can really feel it deeply hydrating your skin, and it does retain that hydration very well too. When I was asking the question, is it still a holy grail? I was like, honestly, I don't really use it like all of the time these days, but one of the criteria that I realized that something kind of counts as a holy grail is if I travel with it or not. And this is one that I often put in a little spray bottle because it is such an easy to work with toner that doesn't ever bother my skin or irritate my skin or cause breakouts no matter what the climate condition is. So is this still a holy grail? Honestly, I'd say yes, because I am never like actually without it. Whenever I get like to this point in a bottle, I do always end up repurchasing it back up, and I did again recently. So I think that's a pretty good sign that I still want it in my life. This next one is a line of products, and yes, I have mentioned it like countless times. So probably should have included it in the first video too, the Hada Labo lotions. I first mentioned Hada Labo lotions in 2014, so basically as long as this channel has existed. This was truly a game changer for 15-year-old me. When I started getting into skincare, Japan was the place that I bought it all, and this was affordable yet really simple and hydrating that little teen Tina absolutely loved it, and I feel like every teenager at the time also used this Hada Labo toner. I do have a full dedicated detailed breakdown of all the Hada Labo lotions, so make sure you watch that video if you do want to see which one will work best for you. The ingredients do depend on each one, but all of them do use multiple weights of hyaluronic acid as the main ingredient because their kind of main focus is to hydrate, and then depending on which one, you do have other ingredients too. They are also fragrance and alcohol free. They really are basic in the best way, and I feel like back then it was quite new and revolutionary. Like, it was still when hyaluronic acid was like, ooh, this crazy ingredient that everybody's going to love and it does everything. But nowadays I do feel like there are lots of options out there, whether it is an essence, toner, serum, even moisturizers, that I feel like you don't quite need a just hyaluronic acid focused toner. Is it a holy grail still? Honestly, I don't think so. It is still so popular in Japan as well as globally, but me personally, it is not a product that I am consistently reaching for. anymore. The one moisturizer I have in this video was first mentioned in 2022, and it is the Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Cream. When I was going through the product suggestions that you guys had given me on Instagram, I realized that a lot of people said Klairs cream. So in the first video, I did the Midnight Blue cream, and then later I realized, wait, maybe some people meant this one because there's two Klairs creams that I talk about like constantly. So I thought should probably include this one too. This one uses hyaluronic acid, beta-glucan, and aloe vera for soothing hydration, as well as jojoba seed oil and ceramides to nourish as well as help that skin barrier. It does not contain fragrance, although it does have some small amounts of essential oils, I believe. Not that you can actually smell it in the product, and it does not contain alcohol. It is not quite as can't live without like the blue cream, but it is still a moisturizer that I usually revisit every winter. It is one that I know that I can use every day, morning and night, and it won't bother my skin because I've used it in so many different instances. It's basically the same as the Pecan Cato cream. It's just that the Cato cream is a little bit more lightweight. So that one I tend to use a bit more slightly warmer months, whereas this one is slightly colder months. I know some people have said that they can't use the Cato cream all the time because it can be irritating to their skin. So if that is the case, this one is pretty similar in terms of what it does. It is a simple, everyday, all-rounder, well-balanced moisturizer. Is it a holy grail? Absolutely. Yes. I don't think I've gone a single year without emptying at least one tube since I discovered it in, as I said, what, 2022? I don't see myself stopping using this one anytime soon. An absolute classic vitamin C serum that I first mentioned in 2019, and the only brightening or vitamin C serum that I think I've ever had as a holy grail, the Melano CC Essence. I think it is literally the most well-known vitamin C serum to come out of Japan. So there is a regular and premium version when it comes to the Melano CC Essence. This is the regular one, and then the premium has like a more yellow packaging. I would say they are pretty similar after using both of them, so I kind of use them interchangeably, but going off of the website, they do say the regular version is more lightweight in texture and the premium has like a little bit more skin benefiting ingredients in it. Both of them do have the same main ingredient, vitamin C, in the form of L-ascorbic acid, which is obviously going to be the main ingredient that's going to help with that hyperpigmentation and brightening even skin tone. It also contains isopropyl methylphenol, which is an antibacterial to help prevent breakouts. So not only is it going to help post-acne, but it does help pre-acne or like preventing acne as well. And it is actually one of the main ingredients that are in my Holy Grail Pear Acne Cream. It's one of the two kind of active ingredients. And lastly, it does also include that licorice root extract and tocopherol to help soothe the skin. This one does contain fragrance. It's kind of a fresh citrus scent, but it does not contain ethanol. Yeah, I like that smell. It's nice. Now, I do prefer other vitamin C's when it comes to everyday use at home. Something that has a bit more of a lightweight gel or cream like texture, whereas this one is definitely more on the oily side. But as I said earlier, when it comes to traveling, I feel like I always choose my holy grails, and this is one that I always travel with. It is so compact, easy to chuck into your travel bag. It is also very oxidation free. It is a opaque packaging and only very small amounts of the product come out at a time, so you know it does keep that vitamin C really fresh. And in terms of ingredients, cost, and efficacy, it still holds up. It is literally a vitamin C serum for less than like $10. I feel like it is still unbeatable, and no one has really come out with anything much better in terms of bang for buck. So is it still a holy grail? Yeah, I'd say so. Next, we have a couple of sheet masks, which obviously is a special care item. So it's not something that we usually use like all day, every day, but these two were mentioned multiple times by you guys. So only fair. This one was first mentioned in 2023, the I'm from Mugwort sheet mask. Oh, my nails match so well with this one today. This has been the sheet mask that I use whenever I do my once a month face shaving, because it does contain that mugwort extract as the main ingredient, which is going to help soothe the skin. Obviously, I mean, I love the mugwort essence, so duh that I would love a sheet mask that is soaked in that essence. It does also use hyaluronic acid and licorice root extract as hydrators and soothers too. This one also doesn't contain fragrance or alcohol, which I mean you'd hope being a very kind of soothing product. Something did change after its renewal. The formula is great and there's actually been an increase in the mugwort extract in the actual formula too. This one is the original one in the square packaging and this one is the newer one, which I must say the reduction of plastic is definitely good, but the sheet itself I feel like is the main thing that changed that I wasn't quite happy with. The original one was the melty, stick to your skin easily sheet, but I feel like I do have other alternatives when it comes to a soothing sheet mask. Maybe I will just revert back to doing my DIY cotton sheet masking with the mugwort essence, which is actually what I used to do, and then I switched to using the sheet masks, and then now I'm kind of like, is it still a holy grail? Unfortunately, I'd say it is a no. I mean, I definitely used a fair number of them though. Now, the other sheet mask I have was first mentioned in 2019 and it was actually mentioned in my best skincare of 2019 video, which is crazy because I literally had like 5 products in one video and that was it. And now I do like 8 products per product category. But anyway, the Sabodino all-in-one mask. Another product that I feel like I never claimed as a holy grail, but I have talked about countless times because there is no one Sabodino sheet mask that I have used so many times, but I have used a variety of their very wide variety and collection of products. I mean, even going off of what I've got here. My favorite type out of their product range is definitely their kind of original baby wipe type packaging because honestly they have so many. They have regular Ziploc, they have this newer Mega Shot one, like so many different types. The ingredients do also change a fair bit depending on which one, but with these ones most of them do include fragrance, alcohol and menthol. Not the kindest to sensitive skin, I guess you could say, although I have used multiple different types and none of them bother me. Basically it has become a tradition of my own to get a limited edition Sabodino sheet mask whenever I go back to Japan now, because they do release every single season. Out of their permanent range, I would say my favorite is the rice one. They have this Hokkaido rice one, which does contain fragrance, but it is actually free from alcohol and menthol. So if you do want to try them and looking for one that is a little bit more gentle, that one is probably my favorite. But as a sheet mask, I will say they have changed the game in terms of making it literally as easy as possible. I think one of the reasons why a lot of people don't want to use sheet masks is the whole process of like opening it up and unfolding it and and it does take a while, whereas the Sabodino ones, like literally you can pull it out and boom, like it's ready to go. It's just so gosh darn easy. They also do market it to be a 60-second sheet mask, which like everybody has enough time to do a 60-second sheet mask, even though they might not have time to do a 3 to 4 hour overnight mask, you know? Although personally I do end up leaving it for definitely a little longer than just 1 minute. Is it still a holy grail? I mean, if this is any indication, like I literally went into my bathroom and brought out all of the ones that are currently open, just open. I have other ones that are unopened and I had 4. So yes, I would say that they are still a holy grail. We have a sunscreen. First mentioned in 2021, the Can Make Mermaid Skin Gel UV. Honestly, I had kind of forgotten about this product, but I used to be absolutely obsessed. I mean, I went back and watched a video of mine from, I think it was 2021 or 2022, that I was like, I can easily claim this as my top 5 favorite sunscreens of all time. And I was like, oh my God, it's been so long now. This one is SPF 50 plus with PA4 pluses. It is actually a hybrid formula including both mineral and chemical filters. It does have hyaluronic acid as well as ceramides and jojoba seed oil to help nourish and hydrate. And it does also have a bunch of different plant-derived skin soothers, including hatomugi extract. And one of the reasons too why I feel like it was so popular back then and why I liked it a lot was because it was fragrance is an alcohol-free, being a Japanese SPF, which again is becoming more popular nowadays, but when I had discovered it, it was still quite rare. I did actually try it again recently, and it is still a really, really nice sunscreen. It is a beautiful texture, really lightweight, absorbs and blends super quickly. It leaves a really nice kind of neutral skin finish, and a lot of people do use it as a makeup base. Even recently they came out with a purple version, I believe, that is like a tone-up version. It is 40 grams for a sunscreen, which is definitely on the smaller side. The minimum sunscreen bottles are usually is 50 grams. Now, it is by a makeup brand, and I think they do promote it more as a makeup base rather than just like a pure SPF, and maybe that is why they have it in such a small size. I do think I just prefer completely chemical formulas. I don't think it gives a cast, but it gives like a slight sheen, and it does have a couple of those mineral filters in there, so maybe on deeper skin tones it might show up a little bit more. In the 5 years since when I first discovered this, I have definitely gotten drier skin, and I think I do prefer sunscreens that just have a little bit more moisture. Is it still a holy grail? Probably obvious, but no, it is not. But it was like, gosh, throwback. We are going to be finishing off the list with a couple of lip balms. Many of you guys mentioned both of these actually. The first one I first mentioned back in 2019. Oh my gosh, I've been using it for that long. It's crazy. The Mentholatum Melty Cream Lip. I have so many empties of this one. I actually think it is our most emptied lip balm at this point. It does contain a bunch of nourishing ingredients: squalane, macadamia, olive jojoba oil, and multiple ceramides, and it does actually have a SPF of 25, which is always nice. The fragrance does depend on which one, and I do prefer the ones with fragrance, but they do also have an unscented version if you are someone who prefers no fragrance, and no, it does not include alcohol. This one is a true melty lip balm, as the name suggests, and still one of the best lip balms that I have ever tried. It does have a very nice glossy finish to it, very, very moisturizing and nourishing, although the one con is sometimes it's almost too melty. If I leave it in a pocket for too long or somewhere where sun hits or gets warmed up, it gets mushed up or like literally just melts. So you do have to be careful with it, or else it will literally just like melt into a puddle in the container. I would say that's like the one con, which makes it not the lip balm. But the only thing is they always release limited edition scents, which if you guys couldn't tell, it is like an absolute weakness of mine. I mean, this is chai tea scent. I also have lemon, grape, creme brulee one, and I will probably hold on to these until I die. Like, I haven't even used them, but I just love collecting them, and the packaging is different every time. But is it a holy grail? If it was just for the formula and if they didn't release limited editions, I don't think I would continue to buy it. So holy grail, not so much anymore, but I will continue to buy them. They know how to keep you hooked, I'll tell you that. In that regard, if I had to choose the one lip balm to use as an everyday daytime lip balm, spoiler, it is this next one, the Nivea Deep Moisture Lip Melty Type. This one was first mentioned in 2023, so it's actually a way more of a recent find, but this is everything I've ever wanted in a lip balm. It's so, so good. I just opened this fresh one and I'm so excited to use it. Ooh. Beautiful. It is basically everything that the melty cream lip has, but it holds its form way better. It is a bit more of a solid formula, so it isn't going to melt in your pocket or when it gets overheated. Literally perfect formula. Gives you that gloss. I feel like it lasts even longer throughout the day. Literally no complaints of this one. Also has a bunch of really nourishing ingredients, including shea butter, honey, amino acids, olive oil, trehalose, royal jelly extract, phytosterols, and also an SPF of 26. This one does have 4 flavors, including an unscented one. Again, if you do want a unscented version. My favorite scent is the honey, just easy, fail safe, smells great, all that stuff. Who doesn't love the smell of honey? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What? Although this one does contain ethanol, just as an FYI, if you are sensitive. As I said earlier, like you can tell from when I just put it out of the packaging, it just holds the shape way better. It is a bit more of a solid formula, yet it does still give that beautiful gloss. I probably shouldn't have removed all my lippy, but you'll see. Oh, it smells so good. This one has like a richer honey smell though, compared to the other. I know I'm doing this right now. Like, it's gorgeous. It looks like you're wearing a gloss or something, but doesn't feel sticky at all. And that moisture really does last for such a long time. I have gotten so many people onto this one. Like, I've had multiple people like, oh my God, that lip balm's so good. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So if I had to choose one lip balm probably for the rest of my life to use, it would be this one. So is it still a holy grail? Absolutely. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed part 2 of my Are These Still My Holy Grails? I think that is pretty much it for my most mentioned skincare products on my channel. Maybe I'll do an update in like a year or even like a few years, 5 years, if I'm still here on YouTube, to see if I still have the same preferences or not. But yeah, thank you guys so much in all of these suggestions as well. It helped me put these videos together. If you do still have a little bit of time to hang out with me, you can watch part 1 if you haven't watched it already. You should have. And then you can also check out another video here that I've selected for you to sit back, relax and watch. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Mwah!